Welcome everyone. My name is Akshat Bisht, and here in this channel we started a series of competitive exam in which I'm gonna teach you all the basic subjects which are frequently asked in most of the exams, and we gonna practice here as many as question we can. So as you know, in our previous sessions we started from polity subject. This is our sixth video of polity. In previous videos we learn about schedules, constitutions and constitutional bodies and some other parts of constitution, and in this video we're going to learn about fundamental rights, citizenship act and more. Okay, first we're going to start with the part 3 of the constitution. As you know, there are 22 parts in our constitution, and we already learned about some parts, and today we're going to learn about part 3. Part 3 basically talk about citizenship. Okay, in part 3 there are articles which are from article 5 to article 11, and it is article 5 state that from how you can get the citizenship of India. First, it mentioned some methods that I'm gonna teach you today. Okay, first one is by birth. By birth, जैसे कि आप अगर इंडिया में पैदा हुए हैं तो आपको कुछ कोई ऐसा you don't need any kind of thing that to become a citizenship, to get a citizenship of India by birth. First, and one of the most easiest way, you just have to take a birth in India. And second one, by descendant. Basically descendant means not either you living in a other country but your parents are Indian citizen, then you automatically get the citizenship of India, unless until you don't have any citizenship of another country. Okay, and by now third one, by registration. If your spouse is Indian citizen, then you get Indian citizenship, but there is a one condition. Condition is that you have to live for 7 years in India. That's a condition. Okay, 7 years. Remember this, by registration. Live in India for 7 years, and by naturalization. And fourth method, by naturalization. Basically, naturalization means you have to live in India for more than 11 years continuously. Then you get automatically citizenship of India. Okay, for 11 plus years. Okay, keep this in mind. Now our fifth method, by incorporation of territory. It means when we add some part of other country in our union from article 3, article 2. I taught you about article 2 that if we're going to admit or establish a new state from outside of present India, then they automatically get the citizenship of India. Just like, for example, Sikkim is not a country before we admitted it in our union by 36th amendment by 1976. It is separate nation, but by 36th amendment we admitted in our union, that is India, on 1976. Then the peoples of Sikkim get a citizenship of India automatically. Basically, mean of this sentence is that. Okay. Now, this is I explained you how you can get a citizenship of India. Now I will tell you how you lose the citizenship of India. First, nunciation. Basically, nunciation means you respectfully renouncing the citizenship of India and going outside for living or better aspects. I don't know why people find a better aspect in other country as compared to India, because you know India is one of the finest country to live. As an Indian, I don't want to go any other country, and I don't want a citizenship of any other country. My India is always great for me. So by renunciation, respectfully, it means just आपने त्याग दिया. You just renounce the citizenship of India. Second one, by termination. If you acquire citizenship of other country, like you acquire a citizenship of Japan, United Kingdom, USA, and some other, then your citizenship get automatically terminated, because India don't have dual citizenship. Keep this in mind. India don't support dual citizenship. Okay. And by third way, deprivation. Deprivation means when you act something unlawful against country or misconduct some issue related to the country, or basically you perform some terrorist like activities, then your citizenship get abolished. Okay. These are the three ways by which your citizenship can get loose. Okay. Now moving forward. Now, one of the most important thing of our constitution, preamble. Preamble, basically it means introduction of our constitution and our country. Preamble, it basically denotes that how our country made and what are the features of our constitution. Basically, introduction of our constitution, preamble. We, the people of India, have solemnly resolved the constitute India into sovereign, socialist, sovereign, democratic and republic. You have question why I don't say these two, because at the time of when this preamble enacted in our constitution, those two words are not there. By 42 amendment, we enacted them in there. Then it became sovereign, socialist, secular, democratic and republic. Okay, remember this, and remember the sequence also. This is one of the most important thing. Exam always ask you what are the two words we enacted in our constitution by 46th amendment, and those are socialist and secular. Keep this in mind. Okay. Now, justice, social justice are of three types: social justice, economic justice and political justice. We take this thing from Russian Revolution. Please keep this in mind. Okay. Now liberty. Liberty are also of five types: liberty of thought, liberty of expression, liberty of belief, liberty of faith and worship. Okay. Now equality. Equality of statues and of opportunity and to promote among all of them. You know, हमें सबके प्रति equality फैलानी चाहिए. सब all are equals. Basically, it means that. Fraternity. assuring the dignity of individual and unity and integrity and of nation. We also done amendment in these two words also, that is 42nd amendment. Okay. 42nd amendment. No. Sorry, my bad. One of the most controversial question which ever asked in examination is that, is there mention of the word unity and integrity in our preamble? Then your answer is yes, it is mentioned there from the beginning. Okay, don't get confused. Simply just remember unity and integrity of nation. It is here from the date our constitution enacted. Okay. Now, in our Constitution Assembly, this means this preamble, 26 November enacted on 26 November 1949. That's why we call this day Constitutional Day. Okay, remember this also. This is also one of the most important day which frequently asked in exams. Okay, remember this, 26 November 1949. Now, let's discuss further about the part 3. Part 3 talks about fundamental rights, important rights of Indian individual, by which you get protected from unlawful acts and all things. By fundamental rights, your government cannot exploit the individual, and no other government body or official can exploit an individual, Indian individual basically. These are one of the most important things which are in our constitution, fundamental rights. Okay, now we're gonna talk about our first right to equality. By I'm assuming that you know the meaning of equality. If you don't, no problem, I will tell you. Equality means all are equals. We cannot discriminate between others. He is tall, he is short, he is this. No, everyone are small, equal. Okay. Right to equality are made by few articles, which are from Article 14 to Article 18. Now, moving forward, Article 14 talks about equality before law. Equality before law means before law ke aage all are equal. No one are VIP, no one are lower middle class and poor. Everyone are equal. Okay. Article 14 states that. Article 15, prohibition of discrimination on the ground of religion, sex, caste and of birthplace. As I mentioned before, that you cannot discriminate on the basis of casteism, sex or place of birth or caste. Okay, remember this. Now, Article 16 tells you about the equality of opportunity in the matter of public employment. Basically, it means everyone have equal right to get in any profession and he get an equal opportunity as other gets. Okay, you cannot give someone privilege or someone not. Basically, it means that. Okay. Now, moving forward, Article 17, abolition of untouchability. This is one of the most important concern of in our history of India. Untouchability. Basically, untouchability coming from decades. I don't know why people have such a narrow mind that they says that, oh, we will not touch them, he is a lower caste, oh, we will not touch them, he is this, he is that, he do this work, he that do work. Okay, you are a intellectual people, you don't have will that you will promote untouchability. You have to touchability, untouchability. You will promote untouchability. You just have to abolish the untouchability. Okay. Article 17 basically states that. Now, moving forward to the Article 18, abolition of title. This article states that if someone get a title from other country or some family members calling him Maharaja, it doesn't mean he is Maharaja. He gets the title of Maharaja or his names come like that, Maharaja this, No. We have to abolish the titles. If that is a different condition, that just like that we are saying he is Maharaja of Rajasthan, Jaipur. Those are different things. I am going to tell you about that. You cannot take any title by yourself, or if any other country giving you a title as you are this, you are that, then it will not affected in our India. It will none. Okay, null and void. Basically, it means that. Now, right to freedom, which comes, right to freedom means we are free in our India. We can go anywhere, we can do anything except unlawful act. Okay. Now, Article 19, protection of certain right regarding freedom of speech, association, cooperative, etc. It means you have right to speech, association and cooperative. It means you can make a cooperation, you can make a party, you can make a sangathan basically. Okay. Article 20, protection in respect of conviction of offense. It means if you are convicted by any offense, you get protected by our constitution. You can, and no other body can act unlawfully. Okay? Article 21, protection of life and personal liberty. It means your life is protected by our constitution, and personal liberty means your freedomness is also protected by our constitution. Article 21A, right to education. It means you have right to education. No one can prohibit you from getting education. Okay. Article 22, protection of against arrest and detention. Against, if you get arrested or you detained on any other cases, police don't have any right to molest you, beat you or act unlawfully. They cannot do these things. Okay, remember this. Now, our another fundamental right against exploitation. Exploitation means no one can exploit a human being or individual of Indian citizen. Okay? मतलब कोई भी किसी का शोषण नहीं कर सकता है. मतलब कोई किसी को भेज दे, कोई किसी के साथ हत्या कर दे, ये अलाउड नहीं है भाई. इंडियन कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन में आपके लिए हर बहुत स्ट्रिक्ट लॉ है इससे रिलेटेड. तो ठीक है. आर्टिकल 23, प्रोहिबिशन ऑफ ट्रैफिकिंग इन ह्यूमन बींग्स. आप किसी की बॉडी को बेच नहीं सकते, ये तो अनलॉफुल एक्ट हो गया ना. ह्यूमन बीइंग के लिए अनएथिकल हो गया बेसिकली। आर्टिकल 24 प्रोहिबिशन ऑफ चाइल्ड लेबर, यू कैन नॉट फोर्स एनी चाइल्ड और यू कैन नॉट गिव एनी चाइल्ड अ जॉब, basically it is unlawful. Okay, now going to our other, now we're going to talk about our other fundamental right, right to freedom of religion. Basically right to freedom of religion means you have right to किसी भी आप बेसिकली आप किसी भी अडॉप्ट कर सकते हो, यू कैन अडॉप्ट एनी रिलीजन एंड प्रैक्टिस एनी रिलीजन हियर इंडिया। you know where you can get this type of country who doesn't have any problem to perform any task related to the religion of any religion, but in some countries there are restrictions. Okay, still you want to other country citizenship. I don't know why. First, Article 25, freedom of conscience. You can practice any religion here. You can adopt any religion basically. Article 26. Article 26 state that freedom to manage religious affair. It means basically you can manage any religious affair here. Okay, no one going to object on that unless and until it is unlawful. Okay, Article 27, freedom from taxation of for promotion of religion. If you are promoting your religion, government don't have any authority to take any tax on that basically. Okay, Article 28, freedom as to attendance at religion, instruction or worship in the education institution. If a government is organizing some religious event, you have right to, you can go there and you can, if you can go there if you want. If you don't want to go there, no one can force you to join that. Okay, remember this. Now wait a second guys. Now our another fundamental right, cultural and educational right. Cultural and educational right, it means, let me explain you in articles. Article 29, protection of interest of minorities. You in our Indian constitution there is mentioned that you have to protect the government and the individual have to protect the interest of the minorities. Minorities means which are less in numbers, which group is less in number. You have to protect the rights of them. You don't have to exploit them. You give to them privilege. Okay, that's it. Now moving to the Article 30. Article 30 basically talks about right of minority to establish and administer educational institution. Basically I can give you example of this, as you heard about the madrasa, Muslim institution of education. They have right, from this article they have right to establish a religious institution. Okay, now moving to our last fundamental right, that is one of the most important, and B.R. Ambedkar said that without this article, our article is null and void. This is asked in question. This sentence is asked in question. Who says this? Who, without this article, without this fundamental right, our constitution is null and void? B.R. Ambedkar, Dr. Bhim Rao Ambedkar, one of the most prominent person in our history, who made this constitution, who chaired the drafting committee, who made this constitution. Okay. Article 32. And After this, you guys going to ask me, oh bhaiya, you taught us Article 29, Article 30, and where is Article 31? You just jumped on Article 32. No. Let me correct this. Article 32. I will teach you about Article 32, 31 after Article 32. Okay? Just wait and watch. Article 32, right to constitutional remedies. Okay? If someone exploiting your fundamental right, then you have a right of constitutional remedies. In this, this includes writs. Remember this, okay? Writs. By writs, you can go to the Supreme Court if someone exploiting your fundamental rights. Okay? If someone not giving you proper rights which you deserve, then you can go and you can ask for a writ for Supreme Court. Okay? If there is a constitutional right, then you can go to the High Court. That comes in Article 226, High Court. And in Supreme Court, writs directly goes to Supreme Court according to Article 32, and Article 26, writs goes to the High Court. Okay, in writs there are few conditions. If someone act unlawful, if police detain you unlawfully, you can go and ask for an writ, that is habeas corpus. To understand more deeply about habeas corpus, just watch the movie Jai Bhim. Okay, then you know the value of this writ, habeas corpus. How important is this writ? Okay, now let's talk about mandamus. Mandamus means when Supreme Court said, we command, if some public servant deny to do his work, you can go to the Supreme Court or writs, that mandamus. Then Supreme Court say, we command. No one can reject that. No one. Remember this. This is very powerful thing. Judicial is very powerful. That's why everyone don't have dare to fight with advocates and judges. Okay? Mandamus, we command. And now our third writ, that is prohibition, to forbid. It basically means when inferior court acting goes beyond his line of it. Basically, our inferior court have some particular area in which only on those area he can वो अपना जजमेंट सुना सकता है, he can tell his judgment. But more, if he is crossing that particular area, it will not come. If the particular area not comes under his jurisdiction, then that court don't have any right to answer a judgment for that case. Okay, then that person who, अगर किसी मान लो जैसे मैंने कोई क्राइम कर दिया और वो मैंने राजस्थान में कोई क्राइम किया और उस क्राइम की जांच आप उत्तराखंड में चला रहे हो, तो ये पॉसिबल नहीं है. आपको उस क्राइम की जांच आपको वहीं राजस्थान में चलानी पड़ेगी. बेसिक मीनिंग इसका यही होता है. ठीक है. और अगर उत्तराखंड में कोर्ट इसको चलाएगा तो मैं एक रिट्स इशू कर सकता हूँ जिसको बोलते हैं प्रोहिबिशन. अब जैसे कि अब आता है सर्जरी. सर्चरी इसी का छोटा भाई, ठीक है। सर्चरी बेसिकली ये बताता है टू बी सर्टिफाइड, आप क्या, इफ देयर आर फ्यू केसेस विच inferior court cannot give the give its judgment on that, supreme court or higher court than that court, only that court can give judgment on some particular cases. If some inferior court giving his judgment on a particular case, then you can issue a writ that is certiorari to be certified. Okay, quo warranto, one of the famous, which is you can see in news also, quo warranto. You ever heard about Pooja Hegde case, in which unlawfully he gets a job, and Supreme Court say that by issues a quo warranto, by what authority you gave her a job. It means bribery. From bribery she get a job and she become an IAS officer. Still that case is running in our court, but there is no justice. So now moving to the article number 31. Article number 31 basically is right to property. But there is an amendment. We remove this article, this fundamental right from our constitution by 44th amendment. By that amendment, we put this right in 300A, and then it's called legal right. Now it is no more fundamental right. That's why I didn't teach you that article about Article 31, because it is removed from fundamental right and it become now legal right. Okay, and remember this. Exam ask you about the amendment by which we removed our right to property from our fundamental rights, and in which article we have put that right. That is article number 300A. Okay, that's for today. So I am going to take your leave. Thank you.